guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl VMAT. So today the weather is nice. It's March and I'm heading out to an event called Let's Talk About M. I don't know if I'm going to vlog the whole event, but if I do, no, I don't know if I'm going to vlog the whole event, but if I enjoy it, then I will vlog it. Let's Talk About M is about money, mates, marriage, men, and mental health. Money, mates, marriage, men, and mental health. So all types of M. I'm quite excited. I met the organizers via a meetup not too long ago, and they invited me. So let's see how it goes. See you on the other side. Okay, now that the wind is not as rude, let me show you what I'm wearing. This is how I look today. I thought I'll put a scarf in. Yeah, this is my outfit. It's at the Moor, London. It's actually happening at the PwC office around London Bridge. I am on time and I just got here, and I think I'm gonna learn something new, or at least meet people. One of those. I'm open.
A very big city where the pace is so fast, you sometimes get a bit lost. You feel very isolated, you feel very alone. And for me, it really took a toll on my mental health. It made me feel like I had no family, no social life, and all I did was work. There wasn't a part of me outside of my work. All there was a career. All there was ambition. There wasn't really anything else. And if it wasn't for my wife and it wasn't for the women in my life, I wouldn't be standing here today, because many times I felt like not only did I want to take my life, but more so I wanted to give up on what truly mattered, which is to make a difference in the world, to be a role model to every other young person. And today I want to use, and if it wasn't for Wajiha and the conversation that we had, which is one of the one of the experts on the panel today, if it wasn't for her putting that seed in, we wouldn't have this event. So she planted the seed and said, Abdul, I want this event to take place. I want to do something. I don't know what it is, but I want to do something around mental health. I want to create a conversation. I want to create a movement. And that seed kind of played in my head. And in 2019, January, I said, okay, let's do this. Let's form something, let's make something happen. Alongside my wife, we came together as 3 experts from totally different backgrounds to start something, not just a conversation. We don't want you to just leave today with saying, okay, fantastic speakers, and that's it. You're all hyped up with so much energy, and that is it. We want to take this on a journey. We want to turn this into a movement, and that movement should be more than just just about a conversation. It should be about solutions.
Yep.
So we want you guys as a collective to really help us use this data, use what's on the table, and the questions and the engagement that you guys have, use that information to really spark change and talk about real change. Let's not just have another conversation. Let's make some real change.
So, my last point. What's my last point? Sabian, can you remember? What's a superpower? Anybody want to have a guess what you think the superpower I believe is for men, but also all of us in this room, is for 2019? Any guesses?
Confidence.
Confidence? Good guess. Anyone else? That's a good one.
Communication from the heart.
Yeah. Communication for the heart. Anybody else?
Support system.
Sorry?
Support system.
Yeah. All super relevant. All of those are super relevant. Sorry, please. Yeah. Come back to that point. That's the biggest learning for me over the last 12 months. So this is quite recent for me. I'm going to put one other thing out there while I've got time. Is my card up yet? No, I'm all right. God, am I going too fast? So there's something I want to put out there, because I promised Nilofer Merchant. Does anybody know Nilofer Merchant? She used to be an Apple executive. Brought over £100 billion worth of products from to the market, basically. Incredible human being. She kindly gave me an hour of her time last February to talk about how do I, as a white Caucasian male, try and have the conversation about the stuff I'm talking to you about now. And she said, Gary, if you don't do it, you're not going to be living your purpose. Because it's exactly people like you that are white, that have got your story, that need to be talking about this stuff. So, I'm no martyr, I'm just one of you. We are all equally connected in this room. We've all got equal value. And I'm not saying that to be some like grandiose comment.
Ooh, guys, that was some vulnerable session. Like, yeah. There was a lot riding on that session, and people have gone through stuff.
What is the next thing we can do to improve and continuously challenge each other to grow together? And it's a constant feeling of breathing that positivity throughout what we do. The next question, is it working? Yeah. How do you surround yourself with people that accept you? And when you surround yourself with friends, they will all know your flaws, regardless of how you are as an individual, but they will still let you feel comfortable enough to grow as a person. Next question. And the growth process behind that, to follow on from being accepted as an individual, it comes to a point where your friends will allow you to continue that growth, and they will not accept any form of stagnating as an individual, regardless of what you are as a person in your career, in your life, or as a friend. And they're quite quick snippets of how I'm trying to summarize this. What does it mean to be a good friend? So, of course, all of us should be able to relate in the sense that a good friend is obviously going to be there for your fun times, those good times, but genuinely more through those hard times, those really, really difficult moments in your life. That's when you know you are surrounded by someone that is genuinely a good friend. And how can we be better to those friends already in our lives? And this is something that I felt recently. So one of my close friends recently just said to me, you know what, I love you. And I was like, whoa, like, relax. But then he said, no, I genuinely appreciate you. You're always there for me. Because all I did is send him a little text because he went for a hospital appointment. He had a little scare in his lower back, and I was the only one that checked up on him. And he just goes, bro, it means so much that you just checked up on me on the actual day of the appointment. You remembered. I didn't realize that, but it really felt quite touching for him to say that I value you. And that's a good reminder that you should all have for your friends and everyone else that you love in your life. And how can we do that together? This is something that I wrote while coming here. So it was just like, don't be shy. Don't be shy from expressing. Don't be shy from spreading. And don't shy away from yourself. And to put it all together, don't shy away from love, self-love. And that's how I summarized my thought process while coming here today. And the next part is quite a sensitive topic, and it's what I've been through. Of course, you've seen my synopsis of what I've been through as an individual. Yes, I've been stabbed, and I've seen that entire lifestyle and seen many, many acts of violence and surrounded by it, growing up from the age of 14 to, I guess, 22. I think that's where it changed for me. So if at any point you feel uncomfortable with the topic that I'm talking about or the pictures that I'm about to share, please feel free to leave the room if you need to. Or anything else, if you feel something is triggered, we are here to help. So come talk to us straight after. Just feel like you need to share something if you trigger something within you. The reason I've called it a night of many unspoken words is because amongst my friends, when we got together for this situation or a fight, if you want to call it, but it's something that I wanted to diffuse. So my younger brother, he was 18 at the time, and he called me and he goes, bro, I need your help. And obviously I was surrounded by that gang culture lifestyle. Growing up, I've already been through it and built my reputation as Nizami on the streets. So my brother knew he could turn to me whenever he needed. So I thought, you know what, all right, fine. I'll come through. I was working in finance at the time, so I thought I'll come back from work and I'll go and help him. So my brother and his best friends, and they were close friends of mine as well, they asked me for my help, and I thought, as a man, the unspoken words that we were all thinking, all 7, 8 of us were thinking is, we don't want to do this. This is not a good decision to make for us to go out of our way to meet a bunch of gang members and think that it's all just going to be a talk. And it wasn't going to be like that. So that's something that I was thinking, my brother was thinking. But my brother only told me 3 months after my stabbing, when I got home from work, when I got home from the hospital, he said to me, I was waiting for you to tell me, bro, let's not do this.
Wow.
And I was waiting for my brother and his friends to tell me, bro, we don't want to do this. And it was the ego of a man thinking, it's our pride, I have to step up. And everyone turned to me, and it came down to my decision as a man to be like, you know what, we've got to see it through. And this is a visual representation of what I saw on that night. And I saw 22 gang members. Ambush was an ambush. So I was there speaking to one individual, and it turned into 22. We were surrounded by people wearing balaclavas, masks, hoodies. They were carrying machetes, military knives, baseball bats, and chains. So they had the full works. And when we got there, I'm like, whoa, this is something I thought was just genuinely going to be a talk, but I was deluded back then, at the age of 22. And I realized they're not here to talk. The fight managed to kick off, and a few members in that 22 gang, they knew me from 7 years ago. They're like, you're this army. And I'm like, I can't see your face, so I don't know who you are. But they're like, we know you, we can't touch you. And that was something I built out of respect while I was growing up. And I think that's what saved me, is they just genuinely knew who I was. They went out to kill me, but they didn't guarantee the same thing for my brother and his friends. So the fight kicked off, and they had my brother's best friend already on the floor. And I had to make an instant decision whether to save my brother's best friend or do a runner like everyone else was about to do. Obviously, me being me, I chose to jump in, and then I was stabbed. And it went straight through my artery in my right arm. I threw a hook, knocked out the guy with the military knife, but in that process, he fell back. And in this position, and no other way is it possible, scientifically, it went straight through one side and came out the other. I fell back. I made sure I chased everyone away, because that was my top priority, that my brother wasn't hurt or anyone else involved. And I chased them away while bleeding out. I lost 2.2 liters of blood in 3 minutes. It was like a hot tap. So you can imagine turning on a tap, full blast, and it felt at 37 degrees. I felt it, full blast. And those are my shoes, that's the only evidence that remains. Life before, and I emphasize this to my friends as well, is we worked so hard to get out of that lifestyle. I graduated a maths degree from Queen Mary. I worked in finance, and it was a $1 billion firm. But to combine this all together, as a man, as an individual, I thought I was invincible. I convinced myself, I'm super rich, I'm super strong, come at me. And that was the life I chose to live. And I couldn't escape it. And that's what I was left with. And that's the mentality I had the night I went to that stabbing. And a week before, I spoke to my sister, and I said, no one can touch me. And that's the truth that my brother believed. Because no one was able to touch me. Throughout the life that I've lived, I've had over 250 fights. And not once have I ever been knocked out, or knocked down. And even this night, I chose to stay awake while bleeding out. So it's just an emphasis of what I went through. And this is how I was left. This is me on life support, ICU. And to survive what I survived, I'm a maths teacher, I did the maths. So it puts me in 0.02% statistic of London to survive what I survived. It took me 9 months to learn to walk again. Through the trauma, through the loss of blood, I've still got a broken back. I shouldn't be walking, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be using my arm. They were meant to amputate that off, so it's a very long story, long process that I've been through, and my recovery took 2.5 years. So yeah, life after, this is my scar, and it's permanent, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm kind of proud of it in the sense that it's made me humble. That humility that I needed from the life I've lived to where I am now, and I lost all my strength. So this was my rebirth. But what I want you to take away from this, generally, it's got to be relatable in the sense that we all face difficulties in our lives. We all face calamities. It doesn't have to be a stabbing, but where we live in London, it's becoming very, very prevalent. And it's a problem that will affect someone that you might know, something you might go through. And what I want you to take away is it takes one moment, one decision, one choice for consequences to be determined for life. And that's my story. So thank you for listening.
I was helping young people give back to their community. Community was what I was passionate about. I was spoken at council's meeting and I was cussing the councillors for not giving us funding, not helping the youth club and all that stuff. Next thing you know, I'm suddenly a public speaker. It's not what I wanted to do, but apparently I had an inclination towards that. Fast forward to when I was 19 years old, and I was working with a company called National Council for Voluntary Youth Services. It's no longer in existence now, but that company provided me with an opportunity to speak in the House of Lords at 20 years old. I was the third time in history that anyone has spoken in the House of Lords, and I spoke about education versus talent, and the fact that talent is something that we develop ourselves, and education is something that's developed to ensure that society keeps running through at times. It's often we get that confused. From speaking in the House of Lords, I was given the opportunity to run a campaign for O2, to Think Big. It was a flagship campaign. And we had to pitch our ideas to a bunch of 50 young people, but we had to pitch to Nike, consultants from Nike, Adidas, VCCP, who created Compare the Meerkat adverts. And they absolutely bladdered me at that little thing. I'm just 20 years old and I'm a young person. I'm expecting I'm a young person going to advertisers going to accept my idea. They would tell me, this is what they said to me, your idea is shit. Tell us why it works. Okay? Now, if I didn't tell me your name, you'd probably tell me your job. You'd probably tell me all the things that you do. But let me tell you one thing. Your name is given to you by someone else. That job is given to you by someone else. So I ask you again, who are you? Where do you head? What do you have to do to find yourself? And that means you have to go into your own mind. So if you want to create a mindset that allows you to grow, you have to embrace failure. I was fearful of failure, petrified of failing, because I built myself to such a point. House of Lords, O2, I was working with politicians, I was writing policy for them, and then suddenly I didn't believe that I could drop down and go back down to the level that I was at because I'm too great for that. So I feared failure. But failure, no success is found without failure. Failure is data rich. You can spend years going through all of your failures and find all the little things that you need to create your success. Your success doesn't come from just going into a room and saying, I want to be successful. Every person has an overnight success. They were failures for years before they found that success. So now I teach people how to find the balance between their mind and body. Mind and body are not two separate entities. They're the same. Look at myself and strip myself naked in front of a mirror. Depression is you fighting yourself. That's what depression is. That's nothing else, is it? You can go to a psychiatrist, you can go to a psychologist, but you still have to go back into your mind. You have to understand your own mind. You have to go back through all the years of trauma, all the years of this abuse, all the years of anything that we've gone through, and understand how it's gotten you to the point that you're at today. And then you can then build on that. Thank you for listening.
Thanks. All right. So, talking about relationships actually is my favourite subject. It really is. I love talking about marriage, relationships, anything to do with relationships. It could be organisational relationships. It could be relationships to do with your environment, with your friends, with your family, with your siblings, with your boss, and anyone else. But I'm really interested in real love, real romance, real commitment, real friendship, and real authentic collaboration. And that's what's brought me here today, that authentic collaboration which I'm doing with some amazing people. And today wouldn't have happened if it wasn't because of them. I'm a transformation junkie. I'm a dreams come true junkie. So I found myself really challenged. How do I talk to you about a subject like marriage and relationships in 8 minutes? Or maybe I'll make it last a little bit longer. but it's really tough. So let me start by asking a question. How many people in the room, and this isn't the funny one, how many people in the room are married? Oh wow, okay. And how many people have come with their spouse or partner? Okay, I've got my eyes on you. Alright. So, 50 years ago, psychiatrists Richard Ray and Thomas Holmes created an inventory of the most distressing human experiences. Number 7 on the list was marriage. You're supposed to laugh. Sadly, you practiced it, didn't you? Alright, now we've got that bit out of the way. Number 4 on the list was imprisonment in an institution.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got it, Hillary. Yay. I'll say it again. Imprisonment in an institution. Right, the people in the room who aren't married. Some people argued that number 7 was counted twice. It didn't work, did it? It was supposed to be funny. So, I know we're in 2019, and back when the inventory was created, relationships, long-term relationships, pretty much equated to marriage till death do us part. Not so now. National statistics in 2010 reported that 42% of marriages are likely to end in divorce. So in modern society, we know that prevention is better than cure. So, I want to share the cure with you. No, I want to share the prevention with you. I'd be really rich if I had the cure. And in order to share the first tip with you, I need to invite you to take part. Now, you've probably noticed balls on the tables, and some of you have been playing with them, and some of them are now on the floor. Those balls are for the next task. Now, you've got to listen really carefully for this task. I am calling out to the people who are competitive in the room, because I don't know if anyone has had their eyes on the little bunny rabbits. Yeah, you've had your eyes on the bunny rabbits? Well, no? Well, they are for the winning couple or pair. There's 2 prizes. One prize is for the pair that plays the best game of catch. The other prize is for the pair that uses the environment to their advantage. Okay? So, on the count of 3, you're going to play a game of catch within the constraints of the environment. And when I say game over, the first couple to take their seat gets a rabbit, chocolate rabbit as well. So you're probably wondering who won. I'll tell you later. No, seriously, I know who the winners are in the room. You know, and they're going to have to share their moves with the rest of us for me to prove why they're the winners. All right? I didn't tell you that bit. So no, the reason why I got you to do that was because a psychologist called John Gottman and a relationship researcher found that the relationships that were the strongest and the happiest and lasted the longest were the ones where the couples shared the power. Okay? I'll leave that with you. Alright? And the second tip I want to share with you is my love formula. Who needs a love formula?
Everyone.
Alright, it's a love formula that I share with my clients, and it's a love formula that's designed to help create happy, healthy, long-term relationships. And yes, you're right, that love formula does not have to be used in romantic relationships, it can be used in any relationship. And I've shared it in greater detail in the handbook for you, but I'm going to run through it very quickly with you now. And it goes like this. L is to listen, to understand, not just to respond. O is to observe and understand without judgment and criticism. The V is to verify expectations and assumptions. Did you say this? This is what I meant, or this is what you meant. And the E is empathy. Empathy for yourself and empathy for your partner. Now this love formula you can use in any relationship. and practice makes perfect. So I'd like to invite you to practice it often. But there's one relationship I want you to practice it in. And that relationship is the relationship you're going to have with yourself for the rest of your life. And yes, you've guessed it. It's the relationship that you have with yourself. So I'd like to invite you to practice it. Let me know how you get on. I would love to hear from you. And before I say thank you, let me tell you who the winners are. And you will have to share how you came to win. And the first winners, the people who played the most creative game of catch, who really touched back to their childhood and got into their inner child, was the wonderful Imran and Aisha. Can we give them a round of applause? Would you like to come and claim your prize and show us? The stage is yours.
It's a chair. It's fine.
Oh, I'm quite intrigued. It's a chair.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever.
So shall I do the...
Can we move these?
Yeah, go for it. We want to see. Be careful though. Health and safety.
Yeah, PwC doesn't want liability, so be careful.
You have to pay yourself. You're not liable.
Ready?
Seriously, they're gonna be the winners, yeah? Wait.
All right, let's give them a hand.
Wow! That was very interesting. I know. Was it planned?
They didn't.
You pushed me. So I had to move. Oh, thank you.
And as much as this pains me to do this, and seriously, it really does pain me to do this, I have no choice but to give this prize to you two.
We picked their
We
idea,
picked their
so
idea,
they
to be
should
honest.
get.
Right, anyway, show us your idea. And then we'll fight it out. What was your idea?
Their idea, which I so graciously nicked, was we were sitting down. So then we were already sitting when
So the
you...
first one's
I told you we could have sat down.
Alright, so you sharing is caring.
We thought about it too.
Thank you everyone. So that moves us. Yeah, where's your I look at my phone, my apologies, only because I've actually made my notes on my phone. But really, I wanted to start with hopefully a video of, some of you may have seen this with Tom Cruise, where he says, "Show me the money."
Yes.
Right? And that's what I want to do. I want to show you where your secret stash of money is. Give you some tips to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and you can, so unlock that. Right, so money, you might wonder, as a business person, before I was a business person, I had a job, I had a good amount of money. I remember going, my first job at the age of 16, earning money, really, 'cause to be fair, I had to get a job. My mum and dad couldn't give me money. I saw my brother and sister make money and realised I need to do the same if I want things, right? And I saw my family. I was lucky, I didn't see them struggle as much because my brother and sister were sort of, they're here in the room, who would, sort of help my mum and dad. But coming from that background, I soon went into working, as you do, because my dad being a South Asian dad, you don't want to be a waitress. You need to get a proper job, although he doesn't actually talk like that. I don't know why I turned to him. But hey, one of the things I sort of learned moving forward was, I need to get a proper job. Now, in those jobs, as most of you will understand, the first pay packet you get, you're like, damn it, in the bank. Oh my God, I got all the money in the world. What am I going to do with this? I want a car, I want a house. Okay, calm down, I can't get that with that wage. But I know I can get bags, shoes, clothes, everything and anything. I want to look good. I need the latest makeup. You know how it is. Men, for those of you who don't understand, it's a bit like cars. It's a bit like when you get those new alloys. I'm partially like that as well. Now, I then moved on, right, to realise that money that was coming in, I was spending it. One day, I was in a job, and I didn't know this was going to happen. I could sense it, could sense something wasn't right.
I was in this job where people weren't being treated right. They were being treated unfairly. And I soon realised, do I actually want to be a part of this organisation? I'm not too sure. The funniest thing is I took a sick day off leave. The same day I was actually at an interview. That sounds wrong. I was sick, but also I had an interview for, at the time I was blogging. I was a fashion blogger. And they said to me, we're going to let you go because, to be fair, you're just not cutting it. It was a £32,000 job. Us Asians, brown people, we talk money. If you stick around with my dad long enough, you will find out my brother's PayPal within 5 minutes. Sorry guys, but he's not here today, my dad. But my brother, hopefully if you're good enough, you might find out. But my dad always comes when I talk to my dad, hey, you got a promotion yet, huh? Promotion? No? Okay. 2 weeks later, you got a promotion? Okay, my brother can vouch for me there. Yeah, it happens. For us, society, we've made to think that money makes us who we are. When I was made redundant from that job, and I didn't actually tell anyone, so my brother and sister are hearing this for the first time. I was so scared to tell anyone that actually I was made redundant. Till this day now, no one actually knows that I was made redundant from that job, that I was there only for a month or two. The truth is, I'm telling you that story because some of you in this room might be earning so much money and you've got the nicest cars and the nicest house, but you know what? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and I got a car, which in today's sort of world, it was like getting a Mercedes, right? I was lucky because my family were also like, hey, we got the car in the house, we want to move it on, you know, your brother wants to get a new car. Brother was like, yeah, he taught me, my family taught me a strong lesson. The car actually wasn't given to me by family as a hand-me-down. It was more like, hey, you know what, this is how much it is, and if you want the car, then you got to pay for it. And the strongest lesson I learned from my family was, and to be fair, if you ask me then, I'd be like, yeah, but all my friends are getting cars from their parents for free. That's like kind of unfair, right? But standing here today, I wouldn't be who I am if I was not put in those positions. My dad's old. He couldn't actually give me money, even if he had it, right? So I learned, one of the things, the nicest things that I loved is my car. I learned how to manage my money through my car. Right? So I remember my parents and my brother and sister telling me, oh, you got MOT tires, like, yeah, whatever, I get it, right? But I loved my car. I remember I was like, I want to pimp this out. Not too bad, but I want to pimp it out nice alloys. I had to work hard to do that. I had to make sure that I paid my MOT, my insurance, I had the money. I had to make sure that dates were done. It was like having a baby, a responsibility. For those of the men thinking, hey, women don't really do anything, trust me, I check my oil, my water, my frequently. I even make sure that I check the tire pressure in my car, right? Because my dad told me, I'm not going to be around for you. You need to do this yourself. My brother would nag me about money. Like, you know, he'd make me sit down in his room, but we're going to talk about money. I'd switch off, I didn't want to know, right? I'd be like, yeah, I'm listening, but I didn't want to know. But one of the things that I learned from my dad was discipline, right? So discipline was so important, meaning, look, you're on your own, you need to make sure you look after yourself, you look after your car. I'll help you where I can, but not about money. Can't help you with my money. So discipline, I learned that. Be aware of the money that comes out of your account and what comes in. And plan ahead, because you know what, today, I'm married and I have to think, damn it, I'm like adult, mate, I got insurance coming up, so I can't contribute in those 2 months. Or I planned ahead so I can contribute, but this is the amount I can contribute, right? So then when it comes to that, I learned that from my dad. What did I learn from my brother, my nagging brother, who had a lecture with me just a week ago about other things, right? So it's like, okay, fair enough, maybe you get to, you grow up and you're like, actually, he makes a good point, pots. Abdul's been using this technique and I've been using it. Allocate pots to where you want your money to go. For example, when your wage packet comes in, my brother taught me, hold on, he taught me something, I'm trying to remember what it is, but he taught me to budget and plan. Plan well ahead, yeah? You can do that by, and I know you might have heard this, something God, everyone tells you that, get that bit, whether it's 3 grand, whether it's £100, allocate it to different things that you're gonna need, right? Need first, needs come first, not once. Yeah? If you can't afford that car, I was taught, if you can't afford it, you're not getting it. And guess what? I don't do finance cards, I don't do credit cards, because I drove my car, I'm like, I worked hard for this. And that feeling has never left me. I've worked hard for this. And I'm proud of myself because I've worked hard to do it. Yes, I've been lucky to have the right people around me, and God has blessed me, but it's also about me doing those things. My third tip, so sorry, budget and plan. My third tip, my sister told me this, patience. She used to say to me, she's frugal, she's sitting there, she's frugal. She'd sit there and say to me, Sarah, discount, no, you should get a discount, I ain't paying full price for that. You can get that in a few weeks for less, right? And I was like, oh, she's serious, I want it right now. She made me realize I need to be patient. If I was, you know how you have the 15-minute late trains or whatever, claim that back, 15 minutes late. That time that you put in being patient and going for it, thinking, hey, you know what, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do this, I'm going to claim back my money. Just last week, I got £7.50 back from my £30 ticket that have got me here today. Do you know what I mean? Those little things count. You might be thinking, hey, she's coming across quite like miser, you know? But it's not about that. You gotta, the main key of what I'm saying is be patient, do it, but all in all, in a nutshell, I want you guys to value yourself. Because if you value yourself enough, right, you won't take it from that boss. You're not gonna stand sitting where I was, right, working with 12 big clients earning £17,500 a year. You ain't gonna take it, people, because you know you're good enough, right? Yeah, I gave you the money, I'm not joking, this actually happened, right? So remember that. And you ain't gonna take it when someone rips you off because you're like, you know what, I know my value and I shouldn't be treated like this. Even when it comes to giving and receiving, just remember those 3 things that I've said. It's discipline, be aware, budget, plan, and patience. And trust me, every penny counts because you've been putting a deposit on that house. If you save every one of those pennies, hopefully my conversation of money helped and it hasn't overwhelmed you too much. Thank you.
There's so much I've learned about money from this woman. It's
Do friends give to receive back? And all of them, I think, yeah, they're all relevant. When I've questioned, the first question going back to it, how to identify a friend really quickly, is genuinely about the core values that that person holds. And you should be able to have that open discussion about your principles, your morals, and see if you do connect on that deeper level. But I'm not shy to have that deeper conversations with someone I've only known for 2 weeks. Because I'm like, you know what, I don't want to waste my time because I've obviously come back from death to know that I value my time and I hope you value yours. So let's cut to the chase and let's see where we stand on our principles and morals. And if we do not match on that sense, I'm not hesitant to say that, you know what, I don't think it's going to work out, that even if it's a boy or if something that I'm looking for in a relationship. How do you measure that value? And it goes back to the same thing, is measure based on principles, morals, and if you connect on that human level. If you don't, you're not a match to be messing around with. And it's genuinely okay to have this discussion with that person. You should be willing to accept the way they see the world and not try and force your values and beliefs onto them. There's got to be that common ground, yeah? And do friends give to receive back? And I think that is the worst thing possible. To be a friend, there should be no, what's the word I'm looking for? Expectations, yeah, literally. There should be no expectations or, yeah, that sense of giving for something to have in return. There should be no expectations at all. So,
yeah. Anyone want to add to that from the audience? Everyone all right, happy with that?
Yeah, but the last one, you're right, 100%.
Yeah.
You can't expect things from people, but you can't get mugged off either. So sometimes you get people who take, but don't really give back in a relationship. Well, I'm not there for you. So you have to measure that, and you just don't get mugged off. Yeah, sometimes you find people who say what you do.
Obviously, when you're being a friend to someone, you're being a friend from genuine care for that person. However, if you are giving that care and you're not receiving it back, when do you determine that you take a step back? Because if it's someone that you have genuine care for and you've been friends with them for a long time, it's very hard to kind of disassociate yourself from someone who you've been friends with and you have that connection with for a long time.
I like that question.
Jordan,
This is a genuine question, but I've had to face in the last 3 weeks.